right.
I remember listening to this.
You were talking about Twitter crashing. Was that a Wednesday question, a Wednesday thing, or a Monday thing?
What do you mean a Wednesday or a Monday?
Were you saying that as if you're talking about today, recording today, as in like?
Well, no,
Wednesday?
we do Tuesday shows live. That's a known fact. This is not pre-recorded.
Okay.
I mean, Jim and Matt are not with us again, or Jim and Tim. No shit. Fuck me.
Jesus.
Jim and Mark.
Let me have a. It's not easy, is it?
It's really not. I had all my concentration on the Thursday show.
Intern Mark's baby little boy graduated. Congratulations to Alex. That's a big deal. Shout him out.
Yeah.
Exciting. Mark or Jim is still recovering from laughing so hard at that god awful movie.
Yeah.
I've heard they've now removed it from theaters. It's not even playing there anymore.
It's so stupid. They just put it there for one night. He was trying to sell us on it. Was it like a red carpet thing they were airing too?
It was like a one night. It was a one night release, and it nearly put him out of business. It's a good thing. I heard popcorn prices went up just from that night.
The movie theater industry is struggling already. You put garbage like that out, and you're bound to see it tank.
I'm not saying Jim's not the smartest person, but his dumbass got IMAX tickets for that.
Right.
What a good use of funds.
Unbelievable. No, I was saying that that I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we want to get political on this show. That could turn real quick. I don't want to alienate anybody, but our opinions are our opinions. I was just making the joke because I guess Twitter crashed during Ron DeSantis's announcement to be president, and then he was like, it was the most people that have ever watched an announcement on Twitter live or whatever the hell it is. It's not Periscope anymore. Whatever it is.
Yes.
And apparently there was a baby giraffe was born a few years ago or a year ago or some shit like that had 5 times the amount of the Ron DeSantis announcement. So I don't know why they had to make a big deal. It crashed because so many people were watching. It's the most ever when it factually wasn't the most ever. So I was just making a joke about that at Ron DeSantis's limping into the presidency announcement. I mean, it was big enough that EJ even talked about it. Oh, Ernest Christian. Who happens to be our first guest.
No,
I don't have Ernest lined up. No, shit.
It's okay. Welcome to the 3CT podcast, Tuesday here on your podcatcher of choice. If you don't join us for Thursdays on Facebook.com/3CountThursday or on YouTube, do yourself a favor, check us out there. You get to put faces with voices, and we talk about more wrestling related things. This is more of our free form devil may care. Maybe we'll talk wrestling. Maybe we won't. Who knows? We're going to really test our muscle today because I put a lot of my focus on making sure that the Thursday show went by so good. And today I am not there. I'm just not there. I'm not ready. But much like Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, we are indeed a show about nothing at times. So I'm going to borrow a topic from a different podcast that I do. My best friend and I, Marcus, over the last couple of episodes have been asking each other we're doing 20 questions with each other to just get to know each other better, to have the audience get to know us a little bit better as well. Different questions for both of us. And the one question I had, and especially since there are collectors amongst all of us, is there one piece of memorabilia, whether it's sports related or wrestling related or anything else, entertainment world wise, that if you had the opportunity to grab and guarantee it was authentic and money wasn't an object, it was in your price range, what's the one piece of memorabilia or one collectible that you would absolutely want as a part of your collection?
Oh, that's a good question.
Matt, I'm sure you've got stuff in like eBay save searches, just like looking, waiting for like X 76ers thing or X Phillies thing.
I mean, most of that stuff I already have at this point. I think for me, the stuff I would be wanting, if money's no object, is from people who have since passed, because that's going to be impossible to ever get again. So the people that do have those items aren't letting them go unless
the price
they're
is right.
made an offer they can't refuse. So probably something like Eddie Guerrero related, maybe a Roy Halladay item. But those would be the main ones that, in terms of the teams or the wrestlers I support, that I would want to have in my collection that would cost me way too much for me to justify it at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to probably go that same route. I'm an 8x10 collector. I like 8x10s. Simple, nothing special. I mean, it's not that they're even like out of my price range. I guess if I really wanted it bad enough, I could pop on it. But probably an Ultimate Warrior piece.
Okay.
A signed Ultimate Warrior piece. Growing up, it was always like one of my favorite wrestlers. I don't have anything from him. Golly, that's probably the biggest one I could think. Macho Man would be something to get an iconic to add to like a collection, but I would just want to have it to add it, if that makes sense. Like I don't need to go out of my way, and I'm not like craving that item, but that would probably be one or two, Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. My answer was, if I could get my hands on like an authentic ring worn WCW title belt from 1990, like 1991 to 1993 era, the Ron Simmons title, Luger, Vader. It was only used for a couple of years, but that's like my favorite title of all the WCW titles. If I could get a authentic ring worn, ring used title, that would be like the one thing for me, because I've debated like getting into the belt game, but I know that like once I do, I feel like it's a very slippery slope, and I could easily just go off the rails, and that isn't a habit that can be very expensive as it gets going. So it's best to not start it, as opposed to try to get after it later.
Yeah, the first belt I bought was that $100 replica that like they had at Toys R Us, the WWE. The I think it was like the commemorative replica. Like it wasn't. It's like right
the
around
one that
$100.
Big Jim has for the world title.
Yeah, and then they also put a ladies one. They put a ladies one out. I think it was the white strap red. Also at Toys R Us, that sold out pretty quick. I won this guy on a raffle, and then I have the big eagle as well. But I mean, there are championships that I would like to own. I think the Ring of Honor, the old Ring of Honor strap, was always a really beautiful championship. But yeah, it is something. I mean, I don't know. You buy it, you hang it up, and it just hangs there. You dust it off every week. I mean, it's not super hard to not go crazy if you just buy the one you want to start, and then when you're ready to buy another one, buy another one.
Right. That's very true. It's more of like, can I keep restraint? And like, I get what I want, and then it's like, it eventually, like, kind of like with all collections, like, I got a few Funko Pops that I liked, that I really wanted, and then eventually I would get to the point where it's like, I already have Funkos. This one looks cool too. I'll get this one. And you don't like stay true to like your collection per se. Like, my problem is like I haven't like had like with my figs, I just buy the ones that I think look good. but it's a very slippery slope because there's so many good looking figs out there.
Now, is your end game like wanting to take them and get them autographed to add more
Not
personalization?
really, no.
You just want to own them?
Yeah. And like every day when I sit here and I look at all these figs, even like the Damian Priest basic I got from Christmas, the Umaga Elite, my China Elite that you can't see that's off screen.
China,
great. Every single one of them, I just want to pull off of the wall, rip the packaging, and be a Lucy guy. Because I have a few Lucy's like out. Like I finally opened up the Target exclusive Batista. And this is like a great looking figure with the big gold.
Now that's the exclusive or like the ultimate?
This is the Target exclusive ultimate.
The exclusive ultimate. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. And so I finally opened my Batista, but don't worry because I still have my other Batista.
There you go.
Here.
There you go. You're set.
So it's
One
like,
are you going to resell them, or you just have them to have them? Are you looking at them as like these might be worth more in the future, or I'm a wrestling fan and I want to collect them?
I think it's a mixture of I'm a wrestling fan and I want to collect them, and maybe these will be worth something later.
Okay.
Like, I don't think any of these are going to be like, man, I can mortgage my house. I can pay off my mortgage.
No. I mean, the CM Punk pop and then with the AJ Lee pop are probably the two most expensive WWE pops.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most expensive pop I have is an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. bobblehead Daisy Johnson.
Ooh.
And I think that goes for about $100 right now.
It's not bad.
I'm curious on eBay.
Oof,
do you have the CM Punk one, Ryan?
I don't. It's
there
125
that I skipped over in the beginning. I just couldn't find or whatever. Both of those were ones that I was never able to find. There's a lot of early ones that I do have. I mean, especially working from Target, but I don't think they're near the price of like that CM Punk one or the AJ Lee one.
They
How
might
much
be
is this?
now.
Like I know I have one of the early Daniel Bryans. The early Rey Mysterio, I think, is up there.
Yeah, the Hot Topic CM Punk Funko is like
the early
300,
Sheamus, 350 up there.
350.
Yeah, they're not in the threes. They might be near the hundreds now, but I don't think they're in the threes.
What's AJ Lee worth?
AJ Lee, I'm seeing some that have it for like, that can't be right.
That might be right.
Buy it now for 21.
It might be like one of the Pakistani ones. There's a bunch of knockoffs that flooded the eBay markets.
It makes sense.
So that's probably not accurate.
Yeah. Because there's one that's like in a hard case with like a certificate of authenticity on it. AJ Lee for $350.
You know who has the money to buy that? I heard Cousin Brian came into like $1,100 recently.
Yeah, he did.
I heard that's an option.
Hey.
Oh, man. Hey,
my
guys.
God.
You did have guests.
I do have guests lined up. How crazy. I didn't know what we were going to do, so I just sent out requests. I sent one to Big Dick Devin, but his mom took his phone away from him.
That's unfortunate.
It's too late.
So
he gets one of those naughty sites.
This is my first time, I believe, meeting Cousin Brian.
No way, you never actually met Cousin Brian?
I don't think I've ever been.
That's wild.
Yeah,
no, I've never been in the same room. Nice to meet you.
My goodness. So Cousin Brian's joining us on the podcast. I can't believe you guys never met. Are you guys just really?
Yeah.
You need to go to indie shows.
I think it was long ago at an indie show. I may have seen you once. You may have been at one of the PWE shows, the Pro Wrestling Empire. I think I saw you there, but I think you were fresh at the time, and I don't think I was brave enough to introduce myself.
It's all good. We're all people. I don't know if you heard I don't know if you heard a bit of I don't know when you jumped in or not, but I asked the boys. I was like, I don't know how much. Are you like a collectibles type guy, or do you have like any memorabilia?
Not really. The only thing I have is I have a poster from WrestleMania 6. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
An original poster or like a?
Yeah. My brother went to trade school for printing at Thaddeus Stevens, and somebody that he was in class with actually worked for the company that did their printings, and gave him a poster, and then he gave it to me since he has no interest in wrestling. So I have it down in the basement. So it was rolled up with another piece of paper with it, I guess, to keep the ink from bleeding over, and it's been like that ever since. How long ago has that been?
You got to get that out to some of the signings and get some autographs on that bad boy.
I could, yeah.
How many
people are alive from Mania 6?
I could go grab it if you want and hold it up.
I can look. Is it the one with just Hogan and Hulk, or Hogan and Warrior standing across from each other?
Tim, Matt, while you're here, Matt, the Rocky Maivia Funko Pop, did I pick that up for you? Do you remember? Do you need that?
Think so.
I think I might have too. I'll have to find it. All right, yeah.
I'd have to go through our messages.
My brother's out actively shopping right now. Speaking of collectibles, and he always messages me whenever he sees Funkos. But I'm fairly certain I got you the Rocky Maivia last time.
I think I had your brother got me 2, and you got me 2.
Okay, then yeah, he would have gotten the Rockies, I believe.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
No, you're on the roll. I mean, this is no video, so nobody ever sees us. We release this as audio.
The video is just for us.
Jim left us. I mean, truthfully, Jim left us high and dry to go watch some stupid movie last week.
Yeah, I saw his post.
He was still tweeting about it though, like after the movie started, about other nonsense. So
the movie was that bad.
All right, so here's the paper that was rolled in.
Right.
It's a nice paper.
Thank you. And here's.
Oh wow.
Oh, nice.
That's a nice.
Yeah. It doesn't have any. Yeah, it's full size. There's no creases or anything in it as of right now. It's just rolled up real tight. I put it in my mouth to be able to unfurl it properly, but
don't wrinkle it. That's a nice.
Yeah, no, I don't want to wrinkle it. So yeah, it's the whole.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
that's the same graphic that I have back there for 6. Okay.
Yeah, champion versus champion, title for title, ultimate challenge.
That's the only thing. Yeah, that's the only real thing I have. To tell you the truth, I was never really into
your wife is the big wrestling fan of the family, though, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
She's the one.
No, she went to. Well, she was at Raw with us. The whole family went to Raw.
Yeah. How did you enjoy Raw last week?
I think I'm the same boat with you guys. It was cool to be there. To be there, but that we got gypped out of like the opening pyro. We got gypped out of Cody Rhodes asking what he wanted us to talk about. In his intro. We got like a late Lesnar intro that was only like 2 seconds long. It was, I don't know. It was just, I felt like I got ripped off. And the last AEW show we went to down in Baltimore, I felt like we got ripped off at that show too. We went to an
AEW show.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. But Stacy went to, my wife, she went to one. I guess it was Legacy Wrestling.
Okay.
It was at Lanco Fieldhouse.
Yeah, it was Legacy.
And
yeah, and it was terrible. I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it to this day. Andy Weinberg was there. and he was going to be fighting Facade for the championship, and he ends up bringing out Facade, but it was this guy that he knew who was handicapped. Like the guy had no arms or legs, and he was just like, and he came out in his wheelchair, and they put this dreadlock wig on him and dressed him up like Facade, and he was basically in the ring, sitting there in the ring, like, and like Andy was like kicking him and getting him, like it was beating him up, and it was terrible. It was terrible to watch. It was bad.
I blocked that out of our memory.
And
I think we were on the call.
Probably on the call. I don't remember.
And I said something to Andy about it, and I was like, man, that was bad. And he's like, but that guy, he's like, it was his dream. It was his dream to be in the ring, and like it fulfilled the guy's dream. And I was like, that's all fine and good, but it was like so hard to watch. It was so hard to watch.
It was cringy. I remember that. Holy cow.
Oh my God. So that put a real bad taste in her mouth.
Well, if you want redemption at all for AEW, they'll be in Washington, D.C. on June 14th, and then they'll be in Newark, New Jersey on July 22nd.
Oh. Well,
yeah, that's the Newark show is a Collision. So a Saturday night. A Saturday night in New Jersey. I don't think so.
That's the place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to be in Newark in a Saturday night?
The only state you want to get out of so badly, you'll pay a fee to get out.
That's true. That's New Jersey.
That's Jersey.
That's so Jersey.
Yeah.
Jersey.
It's free to get in, but you got to pay to get out.
That's so true.
What a shit state.
But is there? So there's nothing that you've ever been. You're not a collector of anything, Cousin Brian.
Yeah. Man, I think Smokey called the wrong guy.
Understandable. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I got a poster. I went to Kevin Murphy's show, the PWE show after his Night to Remember 2, and he gave me a poster from he gave me a banner from the Ring Apron from A Night to Remember 2. He was all excited to give it to me. He's like, yeah, man, go around and get autographs on it and everything. And I was like, that was great. Now I feel like an idiot if I don't go around and get autographs from people that I don't collect autographs.
That's too. Like you're a full ass adult male. Now having to go ask these indie wrestlers, hey, I'm not going to buy any of your merch, but can you sign this banner for me?
That's exactly what it was. I bought 2 freaking cannolis from the South Philly's Finest because I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to go up and ask him to do this for me.
I got to buy a cannoli first.
And I paid $5 for an autographed Bro Keller trading card.
Hey, those trading cards are going up in price.
I only ever paid for one photo op with a wrestler, and that was Orange Cassidy. He was down at MCW. Him, Luchasaurus, Best Friends. I think Killer Cross was there at the time too. It was a pretty decent show. And I put
pretty good ship.
Yeah, I paid the $20 for a photo and an autograph picture from him.
Nice.
So.
Well, then I definitely did call the wrong guy here tonight. Did not call the collector, but it was worth a shot. Damn it.
Yeah.
This is what happens when Jim doesn't give us what to do. I just reach out to Lifelines, and Cousin Brian, you were the first guy I reached out to after Big Dick Devin.
Well, give him another call.
All right, we'll have to give Devin a call.
Give him another call.
We have a round of applause sound effect for Cousin Brian hopping on for us real quick.
Let me see if I do. Let me see if there's any
or any sound effect for Cousin Brian. Is there anything you'd like to say to trigger a sound effect, Cousin Brian?
Well, the only thing I might know is maybe Shane McMahon.
The best in the world.
There it is. Cousin Brian, thank you so much for joining us tonight, my guy.
Yeah.
It's going. I don't know which one this is.
It's a long one.
Shane McMahon!
That's it.
Awesome.
All right. All
Brian,
right.
thank
Yeah.
you for always listening and being a great listener to the show. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you got it. No problem. So
Have a
it
good
sounds
night.
like it sounds like nobody's coming over for the pay-per-view. Everybody's going to be out doing whatever.
Well, Jim's still looking for a place to watch, but he's still tied up at that
Ah.
shitty ass movie.
That was 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, well he's still recovering from laughing.
Real
so
bad hangover
hard.
from it.
Oh boy.
Real
Now
quick,
I went up
before you go. Thumbs
I
up
went
or
to
thumbs
see-
down.
for what?
Bert Kreischer.
2 thumbs down.
Two
That guy-
thumbs
that-
down.
That guy wouldn't be anything with a shirt on.
That's the truth.
Jeez.
That's the
I,
truth.
I,
Cousin
I,
Brian.
I just saw
You're
Nate
listening to that,
Bargatze. I saw Nate Bargatze the other week, and he was awesome.
See, Nate Bargatze's hilarious. I love Nate.
He is hilarious. Yep, he was at the Giant Center.
I knew I liked you for a reason. Brian, tell cousin Stacy we said hello.
Will do. I'll see you guys later.
Take care, man.
Easy.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Tim, I can't believe you've never met cousin Brian before.
I have never in my entire life met cousin
That's
Brian.
the wildest. Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a bit of a Venn diagram of like the 3CT universe where it's like people in one bubble, people in another bubble, and then the cross section in the middle.
Wow. That's Mark's shoot cousin.
Mark's first cousin,
real
right?
cousin. His real first cousin. Yep. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah.
Long time listener of the show.
Yes, a
I've
friend
got
of the
a whole
podcast.
book of I've got a whole book of questions here. If you want to keep the
You
questions
sure
going.
do.
Oh,
I wrote down a fucking 100 and how many ever.
The 9 million question book.
I'll start from the back and we'll just work our way from 126 up.
Sure.
Some of them are real stupid. Some of them are okay.
You got to answer your own questions to fill time.
That's fair. Would you rather lose a foot or lose a hand?
Oh no. Oh
Yeah, these are the hard-hitting ones.
Man, do I get to pick the hand?
No. Right foot, right hand.
Oh no, God.
Gotta lose the foot then.
I'll lose the foot.
Yeah, you got to hobble around. I
I'll
can't
get
lose
a
that right hand.
prosthetic.
Yeah.
I write with my right.
Right.
Hey, I
Do
mean,
it.
who knows? Like, let's see. Like, Devin, would you rather lose a hand or lose a foot?
Lose a hand.
Would you rather lose a hand or lose your penis?
Oh my God, that's
Lose my-
horrible.
Lose my hand.
I don't doubt that. You can pick things up like a fucking elephant trunk.
So, much like the last time we had a guest on the podcast, this is my first time meeting Devin.
No, you've never met Devin?
Never met Devin.
Unbelievable.
Devin, really great to meet you.
Devin, Tim, Devin, now you guys are best buds.
Yes, of course. Welcome. I guess I can go back and ask the previous question because I feel like we'll have a different answer
Yes,
than we
we've
had with
gotta
the
ask
previous
that
one.
too.
But I asked the boys, like we're all a bit of a collector, so to speak. And I'm sure you've got some memorabilia as well. Is there something that like you don't have that's kind of like your wish item? Like if I could get this, doesn't matter what the price is, like the price is right for you, they're going to sell it to you. What is like the one thing you want memorabilia or collectible wise?
I gotta say the original WWE spinner belt with the SmackDown logo on the side plates.
Okay.
A spinner gun. Now,
Nice.
you are younger than all of us, so I believe that would be like the age frame that you really remember, like the heart of you being a professional wrestling fan.
Yes.
Like, to me, that's the Winged Eagle. Like that's where me and I think Jim and probably Matt and Tim, you would probably go to the WCW big gold belt. No,
I'm a Winged Eagle guy.
the Winged Eagle. Okay, so it's just an age thing that you probably would think spinner belt, like the fan behind you.
Mm-hmm.
But the spinner belt's iconic. Like,
It is.
I remember when Cena debuted it, and like it's not even the first spinner belt he had. Like, there was that really horrible US title spinner belt that he had that JBL threw in the trash, but the actual WWE logo spinner belt, that is, if you could get, like, because mine was like having a ring worn like WCW title from like 91 to 93. I don't know if I have like a figure of it, but it's not the big gold belt. It's the one that actually has like the WCW logo on it. Ron Simmons had it for a while.
Mhm.
So that would be like my memorabilia. But Ryan is just reading off he has a sheet, a notebook full of questions that he's just asking us on the
We're
fly.
asking questions. We've got Big Dick Devin, longtime listener of the show, joining us real quick. Thank you so much for checking in with us, Devin. This is what happens when Big Jim doesn't leave us any sort of notes or any sort of direction on what to do. So I'm just going to go through some questions, rapid fire. My number 25 question, my 125 question was, why the hell would Big Jim ask us for so many fucking questions? That was more rhetorical. You don't have to answer that one.
Well, because you misunderstood the assignment. But
number 124, would you rather be a foot taller or a foot shorter?
A foot taller.
We weren't asking you first, Devin. Just because you're the guest doesn't mean you get to answer.
If I was a foot shorter, I'd be a legal midget. And if I was a foot taller, I wouldn't look as fat. So I will go with a foot taller.
Hell yeah, give me that foot taller. I could slam dunk.
I'd be thin as shit. Clothes would fit better. I just have to buy like longer pants and longer shirts. But the
everything
gut
would be
wouldn't be
capris.
I'd be the Big Show. Like, Big Show looks good.
All right, no one's asking, but
hey,
that Big Show looks
serviceable looking big dude.
Good. All right,
Matt,
you're growing
foot
or
taller,
shrinking?
foot shorter.
So I'm gonna be 5'1" or 7'1". I'll go taller.
That checks out. And Devin, you said taller already before I rudely interrupted you.
My apologies. I'm new to this.
Good.
Well, Tim gets upset when people talk out of line, just like Jim does.
I don't care on Tuesdays, man. Tuesday's the feel good show. This is
Fair.
the open gym. We're just out here putting up shots and seeing what goes in.
We're talking about body odors. If you had to smell like a style of food, what would you want to smell like for the rest of your life? Greek, Indian, greasy American. What would your body permeate for the rest of your life?
What would I want it to permeate?
Yes. No, yeah. I'm not asking you like if you don't shower, what will you smell like? But if you got to choose what your stinky ass body would smell like, Tex-Mex, what would the odor be that permeates from your body? Look, I was really grasping up at the 120s. There was no reason Jim asked this many fucking questions.
I think I'd want to smell like a cookout.
All right, so like barbecue,
but not like hamburgers and hot dogs and like charcoal.
Oh, so not pulled pork.
Not pulled pork. No,
Got it.
Like those smoky smell.
All right.
So for me, I'm gonna choose Indian just because it's the food I eat the least, and I don't want my body odor to smell like a food that I eat often and enjoy often, because then I feel like it ruins it for me.
Brilliant. Yeah, I would go just greasy American food too, like Tim. It's probably what it smells like anyway. Big dick. Now that you see Devin, you know we're doing this on video, but we just record the audio. Tim, now that you see Devin,
yes,
are you surprised at the size of Devin, knowing how large of a dong he has?
Nah, man.
Were you picturing somebody different? Were you picturing?
No, I've seen pictures of him, not his massive penis, but I've seen like pictures of Devin and like
That's right.
striped shirts and at like racing events. Like I've
That's right.
seen
That
pictures.
That picture caused the Dale Earnhardt incident.
It's oh my god!
I remember that. That's fair. That's
so
fair.
good.
You've seen
It's
pictures.
so good. Oh my god! So good. But Devin, what kind of food would you want to smell like?
I gotta go with the food I never ate. Indian, like Matt. Sorry. Like Matt.
The pointing's different.
Yeah, it's opposite.
Like what Matt said, like the food you least eat, you should smell like you should be able, you want to smell like.
Buddy, you already smell like tiki masala. You're all right. I'm just kidding with you.
See, I wanted to say like Italian food, but the garlic smell I think would be too much.
The garlic's gonna get you.
Yeah, garlic will just seep right. It's very much like curry, like just permeates the nostrils.
All right. What's your favorite swear word?
My favorite swear word is a word. It's a combination of two words that my grandma would say all the time. And it is shit ass.
Shit ass.
Shit ass. Like it's like dumbass, but worse. Why are you being such a shit ass? Yes. Nice. Shit ass, one word. My favorite swear.
I don't know where I've ever heard this from. I think it was somebody in college, but apparently the word tabernacle is like the ultimate swear word in like French Canadian language. Like it is like the C word and the T word and the F word all balled into one word. And nobody in the States uses it. So I guess the C word is like the worst you could say in the United States. But tabernacle. Coos.
Is that the C word you were talking about?
It was.
Yes.
It was.
Tabernacle is a phonetic rendition of the term tabernacle, which refers to the ornamented box in which communion hosts and wines are kept. In Quebec, it has become a very popular swear word to express anger, annoyance, or surprise. The foul term has the approximate weight of holy shit or holy fuck in English.
Oh, okay. Well, tabernacle then. Maybe Lufisto is the one who told me that word. Somebody did. I don't know who it was.
I would probably be your only like Quebecois speaking person coming across with.
Matt, you got a favorite curse?
I don't think one necessarily stands out as like I enjoy using it, or it makes me laugh when I say it.
Who gives a shit?
That would be fine.
That's the only one I can think of with you is just like shit.
Yeah. My
now, what if we're talking about Lacey Evans?
She's a nice lady.
Or Charlie Caruso.
Charles.
One of my ex-girlfriends, her dad called himself a knuckle shit once, and that made me laugh. And so I used it pretty frequently because it like seemed to bother her too then. So it's like, well, now that you've given me this, what else can I do but call everyone a knuckle shit if they do something stupid?
So true.
Knuckle shit. Devin, you got a favorite Harshie?
Sheep fucko. Sheep fucko.
Sheep fucker.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever called anybody a sheep fucker in daily talk? Like, were you upset with somebody and yelled at them, you dirty sheep fucker?
That's your middle name for like animals that we own.
Oh, okay. All right. So you call your animal sheep fucker.
Yeah, sheep fucker with weeds.
Got it. And do
Yeah.
they don't actually relate with sheep, do they?
No.
Okay. Then we're safe.
Hopefully not.
So, what's your favorite board game?
What board game could I play? Because I feel like the question is like, what board game would you pick up anytime somebody says, "Let's play a game"?
If that's what you took the question as, I just said favorite.
Yeah. I'm not picking any card games, but my answer is going to be a combination of a card game and a board game. It's Sorry.
Okay. All right. Sorry's a good game. I've always enjoyed Monopoly. I really have. Clear out some time. Let's fucking get into it.
I would love to play Monopoly the real way.
Yeah.
And like maybe the next time we have like a 3CT WrestleMania, when we have the time in between like the NXT, we should podcast and play Monopoly.
That would be some good listening right there.
That would be just like talking shit to each other.
Let's do it.
And
We'll bring it up.
playing Monopoly. We can't do it this year. WrestleMania will be in Philly.
We will be.
That's right. We could do it at the Rumble.
Maybe if
could
we
do it
all
at the
go
Rumble.
to Philly, we could have a game and we could just play it all weekend.
We just bring a fold-out table to the link and play Monopoly at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Is what we do. Matt.
I think I would classify Categories as a board game, right?
I would.
Categories is great. That's a great game.
I always enjoyed Categories.
Nice. Devin, what about you?
Twister.
Oh.
You're a bendy boy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, flexible man's.
Yes, the big boys don't play that game.
Yeah, I can't do that. As soon as you tell me any hand on any color, I'm out.
Done. I can't breathe. If you could travel to the moon for free, would you?
No.
Hell no. Keep me on the ground. I ain't going that far high.
I don't want to go into outer space.
Hell
I
no.
absolutely don't want to go to outer space, and I feel like that flight would take way too long.
Your flight would get delayed, probably.
No way to entertain yourself.
The worst part of it is coming back. You're falling into the Earth's atmosphere.
Right. Nah, fuck all of that.
Man. I don't even want to fall out of bed.
Bingo.
You mean I gotta fall from the moon?
Devin, you going up to the moon?
Oh, hell no.
Could you imagine the lunar eclipse that would cause Devin up there with his big old dong just blocking the sun?
Just throwing off the gravitational pull.
Unbelievable.
Couldn't even do it.
Unbelievable. If you could have any song playing during sexy time with your significant other, what song do you want to have playing?
Stroking.
Clarence Carter.
Clarence Carter.
Oh shit, Clarence Carter.
Oh shit, Clarence.
What a song.
And if my nut ain't tightened up, you can stick it up my woo. I'll be stroking.
What a great song. Holy shit.
Man, stroking so good. That's not the real answer, but I'm gonna go with it.
That's a damn good answer. Think about that. I want you to think about that next time you get ready for sexy time, and you just start laughing.
I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it tonight. I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm just gonna put. What's she gonna do? Put her eye mask on and roll over and be like, "I'm going to bed. Good night."
Yeah, then you just where you're at. Go play a video game. Fuck it.
I'll be stroking.
There you go. The band Him has a song called Beautiful that I think would be a great song to make love to.
Oh.
So that's on my bucket list, I suppose.
Here come the Sixers.
There you go. There you go.
Devin is looking around. He's like, I got all this dick. I don't know what to do with it.
I don't know what to do.
Let the body
Like-
hit the floor.
Ah!
Oh my God.
Love it.
Like if a dog chased its tail and he grabbed it and was like, what do I do now?
Here's a fun one. Have you ever shot a gun?
Yes. And I was scared to death.
Really?
Absolutely. I'm not a gun guy at all. But I have one of my really close personal friends is a former Marine,
Okay.
and another is a former Navy enlistment. So they love shooting. So like
Sure.
one of the last times I went to Virginia, we went to a firing range, and they were like, we're teach you how to shoot. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. And I have really bad grip strength. I have no like upper body arm strength or like hand wrist strength. So like holding the gun, making sure that I don't pew pew. Like
Shoot it out of
yeah,
your
like
hand.
like it's a video game. It's like pew pew pew. Like I'm
Pew, pew,
waving and
pew.
pointing the gun. Like I'm bad shooting in video games, and it's like a real life gun. Like no, this is
Right.
dangerous.
Can't do that.
But yes, I have. I don't think I could ever shoot anything like larger than a handgun. Like if I get like rifles or
A rifle's a rest
shotguns.
up against your shoulder. You'll be fine.
No,
Shotguns
then
have a
I'll
little
be-
bit of kick, but it your shoulder holds it. Your hands are just holding it. Your shoulder does the work.
I don't want to jack my shoulder up to shoot
That's
a
fair.
rifle.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm
Shotgun.
a marshmallowy boy.
That's fair.
I'm very soft. I'm very squoozy.
Yes, you're a plain s'more guy.
I'm a plain s'more boy. I can't
Understandable.
do that. Like it's just too much. And then like now I would love to shoot a rocket launcher.
Naturally.
Oh my god, just one just and just blast one. That'd be awesome.
That'd be sweet.
Like bucket list, I'm about to die. The world is coming to an end. Give me a
rocket launcher. There it is.
Shoot that shoes.
Well, maybe a little. I don't know. I grew up in the Boy Scouts. I was in Scouts growing up, so
Yes.
I took like merit badges for like shotgun and rifle. So I grew up shooting those as like part of a Scout program at one of the rifle campouts. Your boy got to shoot a cannon, and that is fucking awesome.
Man,
Bah! Boom! Fucking awesome.
see, that's like an
Shoot
old
a
school
cannon.
rocket.
Yes, I hope y'all. I was one of those like you pull the thing, the fucking hammer dropped, cannonball, fucking
Boom.
gnarly. Go shoot a cannon if you
Did
get
you
a
have
chance.
like earplugs for like the
We
sound?
absolutely did. Yeah. We weren't we were ridiculous. We were young, but we weren't stupid.
You were scouts, obviously.
We
You
were
were
scouts.
smart.
Yeah.
You know how to tie knots and ish.
Yeah.
Matt, you ever shot a gun?
Not like an actual gun, like airsoft rifles, pellet guns, stuff in that
Okay.
regard, but nothing that would actually like kill a human being if they got shot with it.
It's fair.
Devin.
Yep, I have shot a gun before. My
The
dad-
way he says it makes it sound like there is a very, very tragic story at the end of the sentence of I've shot a gun. I don't want to go there because I had a friend of mine on Twitter today say, I'm 35 years old and I don't want to feel sad, so I avoid feeling sad. I don't want to do it today. I don't know if it's
I don't know either.
but it just like I have shot a gun.
I think we're safe to leave it at that. Devin, let's do one more with Devin real quick, and then we'll let him be on his way.
Pick a good one. Pick a number 1 to 100.
Yeah, Devin, you pick this one.
69.
Of course you would.
Nice.
Let's see here. Well, we already did 69. 69 was would you rather eat corn on or off the cob? Pick another number.
30.
30.
Steph Curry number.
What's the worst job you've ever had?
Oh my God. I worked at Turkey Hill for a day and I quit.
There you go.
I was so desperate for a job when I moved to Pennsylvania, and I applied at Turkey Hill before I applied at Target, and I went through the entire training course. Everything was good. The first day I get there, and like they put the fear of God in you for like cigarettes and
They
stuff,
sure do.
and like they're like, oh, but if you mess up and you don't get somebody's ID for cigarettes, and it's a person who's like coming in to check to see if you're picking, like, then you can get fined as a person. And like, I did not feel safe in a Turkey Hill with all the stuff behind me and like two open doors on either side of me. I was like, my ADD don't feel right. So I literally told the boss, I'm like, I quit. I don't feel safe working here. He goes, you don't feel safe? And I'm like, no, I do not. I do not feel safe. I'm leaving. Thank you.
I used to be a manager for Turkey Hill actually before Target as well. And they had what's called the BARS program. I forget what BARS stood for, but it was an acronym. And it was a company that would come in once a quarter and ask for cigarettes. And if you asked for the person's ID, they gave you a green card. If you got the pack of cigarettes and turned around and took a step toward the register to sell them, you got a red card and you failed the visit. And like the manager got in trouble for that. And like the manager, the assistant manager, whoever was on duty got written up for that. And the person got written up for that. So that was a really big deal. I remember that. And that was like back when they only carded, like it was 18 to smoke. And they carded like, do you look 21? We're going to card you if you don't. Like they've added the age to like 35 now or something. Like we'll card anybody under 35, which gives you a little bit more window. But before I was a manager there, I went through like the whole process. And I did third shift at Turkey Hill. And you're required to like mop the floor during third shift. And like all the drunks come in. And then it was bad. Even in Lidditz, the bathroom apparently was like an area where they used to like hide drugs or some shit. And like cops would frequent during the night and like just go to the bathroom and come out. And I finally got the boss asked, like, what do you guys, like there's other convenience stores. Why do you use my convenience store all the time? And then they told me that like oftentimes there's drugs hidden here. So we just like to stop and check for your safety. And I'm like, what the fuck am I getting into? I'm just trying to make my $8 an hour at the time. Third shift sucked, but that absolutely was not my worst job.
I'm so glad we don't live in a world where $8 an hour is a thing.
I know, right?
It is for like restaurant, like servers, but geez.
I was in between jobs, and I answered like a Craigslist ad to be like a salesperson at one of the kiosks at Park City, the mall.
Oh.
And I didn't really know what it was. And I only communicated with the person, and I probably got scammed like through email. But like I was supposed to get people to like sign up for like Windows or something like that. And all my job was is to get people's like information, and they were giving away a free trip at like the end of the summer. And I got like a small hourly wage, but then I got like bonuses on how many names or numbers I would get at the end of the day. So I'm doing it at Park City. The guy said he was going to come meet me. And he never did, but he's like, hey, I'm on my way. And like an hour later, and he never showed up. And I'm like, dude, fuck this. I'm done. So I probably worked about 2 hours trying to get people to sign up. I might have got 5 people to sign up. But I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I was just taking people's name and numbers down and putting them in the box. And I never saw a dime for that. But I don't know if it was a real job. I don't know if the guy ever showed up, but fuck that. Never again.
Sheesh.
Happily employed now. Love my job.
Yes. Matt, what's your worst job?
So I didn't necessarily dislike the job itself. I worked at Woodstream over some of the summers during college. And so when they had me on like certain production lines doing packaging, it was fine because it was fast paced. The day went by pretty quick. But when they would put me on repack and you just have like large containers filled with like 8,000 traps, and you have to manually count out 60 to put in each box, and it's a never-ending process of doing that throughout the day. Those days dragged. Like those 8 hours felt like an 8-week long shift. Like by the time I was done, I was like, and it only happened maybe like once a month that you had to do that, but those days were just the absolute worst. I would always be like, don't put me on that ever again. And then the next month I'd have to do it again. So that aspect of that job, not that working in an animal trap factory is a great environment overall, but I mean, those days and the days where we had to like unload the trucks, like, because there's nothing you can do to like pick up pace, slow down pace in those instances. You're at the mercy of who you're working with. And even if you like do everything quick, you're like, all right, the 60 traps are in the box. You're doing that all day, no matter what. You can fill 1,000 boxes or 115. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah.
Big
Devin,
D,
what
you got a job you hated?
To be honest, yes. But I got paid here and there, and it was refereeing for independent wrestling.
Okay.
Hey, nah, I get that. I had fun doing what I was doing, but like anything that was adjacent to that, like it's all the stuff before, like there's bell to bell and intermission. That stuff's fun.
Oh hell yeah.
Everything from call time to doors and everything after the show's over. I want nothing to do with that. Nothing.
Yeah.
Being a gopher? No.
Oh, that fucking sucked. Sorry, language. But it's the point that I work for Rob Noxus. Ryan and Matt know who it is. But his shows, there's a lot of blood. And it's it's down to me, my aunt, or my mom. So here and now, always had to be the one to clean up the thumbtack, cleaning up the blood if it gets on the floor. It just was in the ass. But I was a ghetto for Rob, and it just like I was running my ass off, and it just didn't. It just I'm trying not to shoot,
right?
But it was just a fucking pain in the ass. I was like
That's
running,
tough.
like I'm running to get stuff, but I have to listen to a match that's coming up. The next match at the one that's in the ring, I have to fucking listen to what's going on in the next match so I know what to do.
Now you said you were a referee. I didn't know you could count to 3.
Jesus.
What? No, that's inappropriate.
1. That's 1.
1, 2.
It's 2. Hey.
3. All right, he's got it. All right. He did
He's
make a damn
there.
good ref. Look at that. Devin, thanks so much for joining us, bud. We appreciate you hopping on
so much, man.
In this time of worry and time of trouble. I don't have anything smart to say here. Devin, thanks for tuning in, man.
Yep. Always
take care, brother.
If you guys ever need
have a good night, man.
If you guys ever get in a bind like this again,
all right, we won't. Let's go. Kick him off. Thanks, Devin. We appreciate you.
Take it easy, man.
Why is he still on the screen? There we go. We kind of got rid of him. There we go. Devin's gone.
All right.
That's Big Dick Devin for the listeners who have heard us call and talk about Devin a lot. I thought we'd finally telephone him and bring him on and see what.
You got a minute and a half. You promised 3 guests.
You did.
Let me get the Red Scorpion on the phone. We've got about a minute
All right,
and a half
we're running
of
out of
film.
time. Thank you guys so much. 3CT Pod for Tuesday. Be sure to go to 3countthursday.com for all of your needs. Be sure to, if you're not already following this podcast on social media, please do so. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all 3CT, always the number, never the word. And we will be back with you guys Thursday, recapping, giving the formal recap and our thoughts on Night of Champions, on Double or Nothing, maybe AEW, or not AEW, maybe NXT. I don't know.
Great shows this weekend. Wow.
There were so many.
So many surprises.
So many. We'll tell you. We'll tell you Thursday.
We'll also be
Holy
previewing the new season of Manifest that will be dropping the next day.
Ooh, very exciting. Can't wait.
Stay safe, stay smart, go for the pin.